The Silent Watchers. Admiral Isabella Reyes stood in the heart of Olympus Command, 3 kilometers beneath the Martian surface, watching the quantum sensors track the alien vessel's approach. The ship's crystalline structure gleamed against the backdrop of stars as it decelerated near Jupiter's orbit, its crew completely unaware they were being observed by technology centuries beyond their understanding. Tracking system confirms it's a Cryaxian scout vessel, Admiral, reported Commander Raj Patel, his dark eyes fixed on the holographic display. They're following the same search pattern as the previous 3 ships we've detected this year. Isabella allowed herself a small smile. For 30 years, humanity had maintained its greatest deception, presenting the image of a civilization barely capable of reaching its own moon while hiding technological achievements that would reshape the galaxy's understanding of physics itself. The Olympus Command Center hummed with quiet energy as quantum computers processed data streams from sensors hidden throughout the solar system. While the Cryaxians saw only primitive radio telescopes and chemical rockets, Earth's true defensive network extended to the very edges of the Oort cloud. They're beginning their standard civilization assessment protocols, Lieutenant Yuki Tanaka announced from her monitoring station. Feeding them the prepared data package now. On the surface, Earth appeared to be struggling with climate change, relying on fossil fuels, and barely maintaining a handful of space stations in low orbit. The reality was far different. Vast cities existed in pocket dimensions throughout the solar system. Zero-point energy powered humanity's true civilization. Quantum phase technology had rendered traditional space travel obsolete. Director Harrison needs to see this, Isabella said, accessing her neural link to Earth's Defense Council. Within seconds, the quantum-entangled communication system connected her to the Council's secure chamber beneath the Pacific Ocean. Director Thomas Harrison's hologram materialized beside her, his aged face bearing the weight of 3 decades of preparation. The Cryaxians are right on schedule, he observed. Our intelligence suggests their empire has been expanding aggressively through this sector. They see us as their next easy conquest. Their arrogance will be their undoing, Isabella replied, gesturing to another display showing humanity's hidden fleet. 5,000 warships waited in dimensional pocket space, each carrying weapons that could rewrite the laws of physics on a local scale. The Ghost Fleet is ready. Production facilities on Mercury and Venus are ahead of schedule. The Cryaxian vessel continued its survey, its sensors probing Earth's atmosphere, scanning for military installations, and analyzing radio transmissions. They found exactly what humanity wanted them to find, the carefully crafted image of a young, vulnerable civilization. They're accessing our public networks, Raj reported. The AI is feeding them our prepared media streams. News reports about failed space missions, debates about nuclear power, and documentaries about our primitive space program. In reality, humanity had mastered nuclear fusion before the first Cryaxian scout ship arrived. The breakthrough had led to quantum manipulation technology, allowing them to hide entire planets from conventional detection. Mars terraforming was nearly complete, hidden behind quantum fields that made the planet appear barren and lifeless. Signal from Luna Base, Yuki announced. The Quantum Forge has completed another batch of phase torpedoes. Admiral Jensen reports all production quotas are exceeded. Isabella nodded, remembering the day 30 years ago when the first alien ship was detected. Instead of announcing their presence to the world, Earth's leaders had chosen a different path. They would watch, learn, and prepare. The discovery of the Cryaxian systematic conquest of primitive worlds had only reinforced their decision. They're preparing to leave, Raj said. Final scans complete. Based on their transmission patterns, they're classifying us as a Category 3 civilization, barely space-capable and ripe for conquest. Perfect, Director Harrison's hologram smiled grimly. How long until they return with their invasion fleet? Isabella consulted the AI's prediction models. Based on previous patterns, 2 to 3 months. They're becoming more aggressive in their expansion. They'll want to secure Earth before any other empire notices us. Then we maintain the deception, Harrison ordered. Continue surface activity patterns. Keep the quantum shield grid-powered but hidden. When they return expecting to find sheep, they'll instead discover wolves in sheep's clothing. As the Cryaxian ship vanished into fold space, humanity's hidden sensors tracked its departure vector. Throughout the solar system, preparations continued in secret. Quantum forges produced weapons that could tear reality itself apart. AI systems more advanced than anything the Cryaxians could imagine monitored every corner of space. Send word to all commands, Isabella ordered. Operation Sleeping Giant proceeds as planned. When they return, we'll show them exactly how dangerous it is to underestimate humanity. In the darkness of space, humanity's true power waited silently. The greatest surprise in galactic history was about to unfold, and the Cryaxians had no idea they were about to become an object lesson in the dangers of hubris. The countdown to revelation had begun. Masks of deception. Grand Admiral Zextor stood on the bridge of the Cryaxian dreadnought, Imperial Dawn, his iridescent scales reflecting the light of Earth's sun. The holographic display showed the primitive planet in perfect detail, its obsolete satellites, basic defense systems, and pollution-choked atmosphere. Everything about it screamed vulnerability. Invasion fleet in final position, Subcommander Krell reported, her crystalline implants pulsing with data. 12,000 ships ready to begin the integration protocol. The humans continue their pitiful attempts at defense. Throughout Earth's atmosphere, outdated fighter jets scrambled. Nuclear missile silos opened their rusted doors. Submarines with primitive nuclear propulsion systems surfaced. It was exactly the response the Cryaxians expected from a species about to learn its place in the galaxy. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, Admiral Isabella Reyes watched the alien armada through quantum sensors that could track a dust particle from a light year away. All surface evacuations complete, she reported to the Defense Council. Civilian populations secured in the pocket dimension shelters. Automated systems maintaining normal surface patterns. The Cryaxians are right where we want them, Commander Raj Patel added, monitoring the quantum AI's battle predictions. Their fleet formation is designed to intimidate a primitive species, tight, impressive, and completely vulnerable to our weapons. In high orbit, the Cryaxian ships arranged themselves in their traditional conquest pattern, a massive sphere of warships surrounding the planet. Their energy weapons powered up, ready to demonstrate their overwhelming technological superiority to the primitive humans below. Begin the integration broadcast, Zextor ordered, his mandibles clicking with anticipated victory. Across Earth's communication networks, the Cryaxian message played in every human language: people of Earth, your civilization is now part of the Cryaxian Empire. Resistance is futile. Your technological inferiority makes victory impossible. Submit, and you will be granted status as a protectorate species. In Olympus Command, Isabella allowed herself a predatory smile. They're so convinced of their superiority, they've completely missed our quantum grid activation. Throughout the solar system, humanity's true defensive network hummed to life, invisible to conventional sensors. Ghost Fleet reports ready, Raj announced. 5,000 ships in dimensional pocket space, weapons hot. Quantum forge facilities on Mercury, Venus, and Titan are at full production. Phase torpedo launchers primed. The Cryaxians watched with amusement as Earth's military forces responded to their ultimatum. Primitive aircraft carriers deployed their jets. Nuclear submarines launched missiles that would be trivial to intercept. Ground-based radar installations tracked their ships with technology centuries behind their own. No response to our demands, Krell reported to Zextor. The humans appear to be choosing resistance. How predictable. Then we shall educate them, the Grand Admiral declared. Target their major military installations. A demonstration of our power should accelerate their surrender. In the quantum-shielded command center, Director Harrison's hologram appeared beside Isabella. All pieces are in position, he confirmed. The quantum AI confirms their fleet's positioning is optimal for our counterstrike. Shall we show them what humanity is truly capable of? Isabella accessed her neural link, connecting with every ship commander in the Ghost Fleet. Throughout the solar system, humanity's hidden forces waited for her command. The Cryaxians were about to learn that their sophisticated sensors had missed something crucial. They weren't the hunters, but the prey. Their weapons are powering up, Raj reported calmly. They're targeting our nuclear arsenals first. Predictable. Let them fire, Isabella ordered. Let them think their victory is assured. Activate the Lazarus Protocol. Prepare the Ghost Fleet for emergence. Today, we rewrite the galaxy's understanding of human capability. On the Imperial Dawn's bridge, Zexthor gave the order to fire. Energy beams lanced down from the Cryaxian fleet, striking military bases, missile silos, and command centers. The resulting explosions were visible from orbit. But something impossible happened. As the dust cleared, the destroyed facilities simply reformed. Quantum reconstructors rebuilt everything the Cryaxians destroyed, atom by atom, faster than they could destroy it. What sorcery is this? Zexthor demanded, his scales darkening with rage. Analysis. Before his science officers could respond, space itself seemed to tear open around his fleet. Where there had been empty void, thousands of ships suddenly existed, vessels larger and more advanced than anything in the Cryaxian armada. Their hulls rippled with energies that defied physics as the Cryaxians understood it. In Olympus Command, Isabella gave the order that humanity had prepared for 3 decades. Operation Sleeping Giant is now active. Ghost Fleet, weapons free. Show them what humanity can really do. The galaxy was about to learn a vital lesson about the danger of underestimating humanity, and the Cryaxians had front-row seats to their own humbling. The revelation. Grand Admiral Zexthor's mandibles trembled as he watched impossible events unfold around his fleet. Human ships, vessels that shouldn't exist, emerged from tears in reality itself. Their hulls shimmered with energy patterns that violated every known law of physics. Impossible, he roared as his tactical display showed the true scope of humanity's fleet. Their technology, they're supposed to be primitive. This is Admiral Isabella Reyes of the Earth Defense Force, a transmission cut through every Cryaxian communication channel, impossible to block or ignore. For 30 years, we've watched you prey on developing civilizations. Today, that ends. The Ghost Fleet opened fire. Instead of the crude nuclear weapons the Cryaxians expected, humanity unleashed technologies that turned their understanding of warfare inside out. Quantum phase torpedoes passed through Cryaxian shields as if they didn't exist, their warheads creating contained singularities that crushed dreadnoughts into quantum dust. All ships, evasive action. Zexthor commanded, but his fleet's tight formation, designed to intimidate primitive species, had become a deadly liability. The human vessels moved with impossible precision, their weapons striking with devastating effect. In Olympus Command, Isabella watched the battle unfold through quantum sensors. Execute Phase 2, she ordered. Show them the full extent of their miscalculation. Throughout the Cryaxian fleet, their own computer systems turned against them. Humanity's quantum AIs, infinitely more sophisticated than anything the aliens possessed, had already compromised their networks. Ships lost power, weapon systems targeted their own allies, and communication channels dissolved into chaos. How? Subcommander Krell screamed as another section of their fleet vanished into an engineered quantum void. Their technological level, we saw their development stage. You saw what we wanted you to see, Isabella's voice came through again, calm and measured. While you look down on us as primitives, we built something far beyond your understanding. Commander Raj, demonstrate the Lazarus Protocol. In desperation, the Cryaxians launched a barrage at Earth's major cities. Their energy weapons struck home, vaporizing buildings and infrastructure. But before any satisfaction could be felt, they watched in horror as quantum reconstructors rebuilt everything instantly, the destruction reversing as if time itself was being rewound. "Activate the dimensional phase grid," Isabella commanded. Across Earth's surface, hidden quantum generators powered up. The planet itself seemed to flicker, becoming partially out of phase with normal spacetime. Every Cryaxian weapon fired at the surface passed through harmlessly, striking nothing but carefully crafted holographic duplicates. From his flagship, Zextor watched his mighty invasion force crumble before weapons he couldn't even comprehend. Humanity's ships moved through space in ways that defied normal physics, their quantum drives allowing them to appear and disappear at will. "We've lost contact with the third battle group," Krell reported, her voice shaking. "The humans, they're not just defeating us. They're rewriting the laws of physics to do it." In the command center, Commander Raj monitored the quantum AI's battle analysis. "Their fleet is in complete disarray. Quantum field generators are performing beyond expectations. Their weapons can't touch our real infrastructure." Isabella nodded, watching as another Cryaxian battle group discovered the futility of fighting an enemy that had mastered quantum manipulation. "Begin the containment phase. Let's show them exactly how outmatched they are." The Ghost fleet moved with perfect coordination, herding the remaining Cryaxian ships into a carefully prepared trap. Quantum fields restricted their movement, while phase-shifted weapons systematically disabled their engines and weapons systems. To all Cryaxian vessels, Isabella broadcast. "Your invasion has failed. Your weapons are useless. Your technology is centuries behind ours. Surrender now, or face complete quantum dissolution." On the Imperial Dawn's bridge, Zextor faced the most humiliating moment in Cryaxian military history. His mighty invasion fleet lay in ruins, defeated by a species they had dismissed as primitive. Worse, the humans hadn't just beaten them, they had rendered the very foundation of Cryaxian military power obsolete. "This is Grand Admiral Zextor," he transmitted, his proud voice now heavy with defeat. "The Cryaxian Expeditionary Force surrenders." In Olympus Command, Isabella allowed herself a moment of satisfaction. "Signal all commands. Operation Sleeping Giant is successful. The galaxy is about to learn a very important lesson about underestimating humanity." As the Cryaxian ships powered down their weapons, the true scope of humanity's deception began to dawn on them. They hadn't just been defeated, they had been comprehensively outmaneuvered before the first shot was fired. The species they had dismissed as primitive had proven to be anything but, and the galaxy would never be the same. Turning the tide. The quantum-encrypted transmission from the Cryaxian homeworld arrived exactly as humanity's AI had predicted. On the main display in Olympus Command, the High Chancellor of the Cryaxian Empire appeared, his crystalline form vibrating with barely contained rage. "This is unprecedented." Chancellor Vorkatha's translated voice boomed through the command center. "Your deception, your hidden technology, this violation of galactic protocols will not stand." Admiral Isabella Reyes stood calmly before the transmission, surrounded by holographic displays showing the defeated Cryaxian fleet held in quantum containment fields. "Interesting that you speak of violations, Chancellor, when your empire has systematically conquered and exploited dozens of developing civilizations." In high orbit, the Ghost fleet maintained its vigilant watch. The captured Cryaxian ships floated powerless, their crews watching in stunned disbelief as humanity's quantum technology continued to defy their understanding of physics. "The Cryaxian reinforcement fleet has emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Kuiper Belt," Commander Raj reported, monitoring the quantum sensor network. 20,000 ships. "They're attempting to maintain communications silence, but our quantum interceptors are reading everything." Isabella smiled. "They still don't understand what they're dealing with." Status of the Prometheus grid? Fully operational, Raj confirmed. Quantum fields are aligned. The AI predicts they'll attempt their standard overwhelming force doctrine. The reinforcement fleet accelerated toward Earth, their formation optimized for maximum tactical advantage, or so they thought. What their sensors couldn't detect was the web of quantum fields humanity had woven throughout the solar system, turning space itself into a weapon. "You have one opportunity to withdraw," Isabella transmitted to both the Chancellor and the approaching fleet. "We've shown only a fraction of our capabilities." "You mistake our patience for weakness," Chancellor Vorkath snarled. "The combined might of the Cryaxian Empire will not be deterred by parlor tricks and deception." In response, Isabella gave a simple command: activate the Prometheus grid. Throughout the solar system, hidden quantum generators powered up. Space itself seemed to ripple as humanity's most advanced defensive network came online. The approaching Cryaxian fleet suddenly found themselves trapped in a maze of quantum fields that altered the fundamental laws of physics within their vicinity. By the first light, the Cryaxian fleet commander whispered as his ship's weapons fired only to have their energy beams curve back on themselves. Their shields flickered and died as quantum fields rewrote the underlying principles they operated on. "Their faster-than-light drives are attempting emergency jumps," Raj reported. "Quantum interference fields are preventing any escape." In the command center, Isabella watched as humanity's defensive strategy unfolded perfectly. Deploy the nanite swarms. From hidden bases throughout the asteroid belt, trillions of microscopic robots activated. Each one carried quantum manipulation technology that could disable Cryaxian systems at the atomic level. The massive reinforcement fleet found itself being systematically dismantled by enemies too small to detect and too numerous to stop. "This is impossible." Chancellor Vorkath raged as reports of his fleet's destruction poured in. "You cannot possess this level of technology. Our surveys." "Your surveys saw exactly what we wanted them to see," Isabella interrupted. "For 3 decades, we studied your empire's tactics, technology, and psychology. We prepared not just to defend ourselves, but to demonstrate the folly of your empire's expansionist policies." The quantum AI's predictions proved perfect as the Cryaxian fleet attempted their standard desperation tactics. Emergency beacon broadcasts to other empires were intercepted and blocked. Attempts to self-destruct their ships to deny humanity their technology were prevented by targeted quantum fields. "Fascinating," Raj commented, studying the sensor data. "They're attempting to adapt their weapons to our quantum fields. The AI is already developing countermeasures they haven't even thought of yet." In orbit around Earth, the captured ships from the first invasion force watched as their reinforcements were systematically neutralized. Grand Admiral Zexthor, still a prisoner on his own flagship, finally understood the true scope of his empire's miscalculation. "Chancellor," he transmitted, his pride broken, "we must sue for peace. The humans, they're not just more advanced than us. They're operating on a level of technology we can't even properly comprehend." Isabella allowed herself a small smile as she watched the mighty Cryaxian Empire come to terms with its new reality. "Perhaps now we can have a real discussion about the future of galactic relations, Chancellor. One based on mutual respect rather than assumptions of superiority." The quantum sensors detected the exact moment when the Chancellor's crystalline form slumped in defeat. Throughout the solar system, humanity's hidden civilization began to reveal itself. Cloaking fields dropped, showing massive orbital installations that had been invisible to Cryaxian sensors. The surface of Mars shimmered as its quantum shields deactivated, revealing a fully terraformed world. The galaxy was about to change forever, and humanity would lead that change. A new order. 1 month after the failed Cryaxian invasion, representatives from 27 galactic civilizations gathered in humanity's revealed capital city beneath the Pacific Ocean. The massive quantum-engineered chamber hummed with nervous energy as species that had once dismissed Earth as primitive tried to comprehend the technological marvels surrounding them. Admiral Isabella Reyes stood at the central podium, facing an audience that included former enemies and potential allies. The Cryaxian Chancellor Vorkath sat in the front row, his crystalline form dulled by the humbling events of recent weeks. For too long, the galaxy has operated on a principle of technological superiority equals moral authority, Isabella began. Today, we demonstrate a different path. Quantum displays activated around the chamber, showing the true extent of human civilization. Hidden cities in pocket dimensions, fleets of ships that could manipulate reality itself, and manufacturing capabilities that defied conventional physics. When we first detected alien civilizations, we faced a choice, she continued. We could reveal ourselves and risk conquest, or we could watch, learn, and prepare. The aggressive expansion of the Cryaxian Empire proved we chose correctly. Commander Raj, standing at a secondary podium, activated another set of displays. Our quantum technology has applications far beyond warfare. We can terraform worlds thought uninhabitable, create sustainable energy sources that tap into the fundamental forces of reality, and solve resource scarcity through matter manipulation. The assembled delegates murmured as they watched demonstrations of technology centuries beyond their understanding. Several species representatives showed visible distress as they realized how many of their own scout ships had completely missed humanity's true capabilities. The Cryaxian Empire's policy of conquering primitive worlds ends today, Isabella announced. As part of our peace agreement, Earth will share certain technological developments with all spacefaring civilizations, provided they agree to our terms. Chancellor Vorkath rose slowly, his voice module projecting across the chamber. The Cryaxian Empire. He paused, mandibles clicking, accepts Earth's terms. We have learned the cost of arrogance. Throughout the solar system, humanity's true civilization continued to emerge from hiding. The quantum shields around Mars dropped completely, revealing sprawling cities and advanced research facilities. The massive shipyards in Venus's orbit became visible, showing production capabilities that made other species' industrial capacity look primitive by comparison. Earth does not seek dominion, Isabella assured the gathered representatives. We seek partnership. But let our victory over the Cryaxian Empire serve as a reminder, technological advancement cannot be measured by what is visible on the surface. The quantum AI's predictions showed a 98.7% chance that the galaxy's power structure would be permanently altered by these revelations. Already, trade delegations were forming, technology exchange protocols were being discussed, and new alliances were taking shape. To demonstrate our commitment to peaceful cooperation, Raj announced, we will be establishing a galactic technology exchange program. Selected representatives from each civilization will be invited to study at our quantum research facilities. In return, we seek to learn about your cultures, your histories, and your unique perspectives on the universe. The chamber erupted in excited discussion as species that had once looked down on Earth now vied for position in the new galactic order. The quantum sensors detected numerous transmissions to homeworlds, as civilizations rushed to adjust their policies toward humanity. Isabella allowed herself a moment of reflection. The great deception was over, but humanity's true challenge was just beginning. They had proven they could outsmart and outfight the galaxy's greatest military power. Now they had to prove they could lead through wisdom rather than fear. The age of conquest is ending, she declared to the assembled delegates. The age of cooperation begins. Earth stands ready to help forge a new future, one where technological advancement serves all species, not just the powerful. As the diplomatic summit continued, quantum sensors throughout the solar system maintained their vigilant watch. Humanity had revealed its true strength, but wisdom lay in remembering the value of preparation and vigilance. The galaxy had learned to respect humanity, but respect had to be maintained through both strength and wisdom. In the deep quantum bunkers beneath Mars, the AI cores continued their work, preparing for future challenges that even the most advanced species couldn't yet imagine. Humanity had changed the galaxy forever, and there was no going back. The stars themselves seemed to shine brighter as a new era of galactic civilization began, built on the foundation of humanity's greatest deception and its moment of ultimate revelation. End of story.